Hi, welcome to Sex and Care. My name is Bartleby Ross.
Eve Monique, welcome.
And the phenomenon of 50 Shades of Grey is hitting the nation right now.
Happening.
It is happening.
It's
And,
quite controversial.
Already, well, it's controversial from the word go, that's for sure. But even as we speak right now, it is Wednesday, and there are showings already happening around the country. I mean, it's not opening until Friday night, generally, but obviously there's a lot of pre-shows. And early reviews are coming in. We just watched something from NBC where they played to an audience of over 1,000 people in Midtown, New York, and
cheering.
They were cheering. There was one man in the entire audience, and 999 women watching. And there were the actors there, Dakota and James Doran, the director and the writer were all present being interviewed. It was a little bit of a stiff interview, I have to say. It felt like maybe they didn't necessarily like each other as much as they want us to believe. But anyway, so far the reviews seemingly are pretty good.
Pretty okay.
Yeah.
So.
We were expecting the worst over here. I think many people were expecting it to be...
Yeah. It's supposed to be funny. It's supposed to be hot and steamy. It's supposed to be controversial, confronting at times, and it's for sure pushing boundaries for most people.
Yeah, and you know, we're hearing a lot about tickets being already, you know, sold out. We're hearing block bookings like women's associations, women's clubs, women's groups, book clubs have block booked cinemas.
Yes.
And
it's been a long time since we had such a movie with so much focus for the public on it.
I think so. And I mean, of course, the readership of the books themselves was huge worldwide. Yeah. And the media and the industry have really been pushing.
Yes.
And it's, of course, it's Valentine's Day weekend, which gives it in itself a pretty big push.
Yeah. And the whole sexual part, it's pretty phenomenal.
It is phenomenal that a movie with a major female lead and a massive sexual kind of time inside of the movie is actually being pushed this hard.
Yes.
And they are expecting some massive numbers, especially on the first weekend and maybe in the first couple of weekends.
Yes. And then also just the idea that people are going to be thinking about different types of sex after this movie. And, you know, I want to say one thing. Don't go to Home Depot and buy duct tape. You don't want a duct tape on your mouth, and don't get the ties, you know, from Home Depot. Just get yourself a nice set of cuffs. Care for yourself, you know, get it set up properly. Use sex tape. There's gray tapes that's reusable, and it doesn't stick on your skin, doesn't zap all your hairs off. It just is way better, comfortable, and better for your body. So be body conscious and go to the store.
Yes, even though in the movie, and we have seen the trailer of this part already, Christian goes to the hardware store, and he actually does, it's not Home Depot, but it is a hardware store where he buys all these things.
You know, if I was a girl, I want a little bit level higher up for my tying up to do, you know.
Yeah, Christian hadn't discovered Sex and Care at that point, because otherwise
he would have got different stuff.
And this is Sex and Care.
But he has great stuff in his room.
Yeah, he does have great stuff in his room.
He has great stuff in his room.
It's kind of surprising that he does go to the hardware store for his duct tape. I was just about to say, look, Sex and Care is exactly where Christian Grey would have gone.
Yes.
You know, sophisticated, exclusive, beautiful. Yeah, it's right up his alley, right?
Yes, and up your alley too. So check it out and do some role playing and get your partner to go, because you cannot just all be excited on your own.
Yeah, and we do have a website, right? sexandcare.com. And if you go see the movie, or you're pulled in any way because of the movie into some new activity, or some maybe even some discussion with your friends, or whatever might, you know, be stimulating for other people to hear about, get online with us and write your story, or, you know, find a way of getting a hold of us, and maybe we can tell your story. But
Yeah.
you know, we would love to be able to share some of this.
And read our new article. It's all about how to set you up for sex and
bondage and kink and yeah, all that good
how
stuff.
to do that and how to approach it and how to be safe with it all.
Yes. We do our best to help you in exploring and adventuring in the sexual areas.
Yeah, good luck and enjoy the show.
Yep, we'll be there Saturday morning, bright and early.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.